No intro needed. We're already one show deep today and then experiencing what we just witnessed, I would say, I think 10, 15 minutes ago. What's poppin', all my peeps? It's Pitts, it's Sarah. As you said it before we hopped or hit record, there's no need for any. Let's just talk it out because my mind is blown. My mind is blown because they did. Triple H said it. We haven't seen nothing yet. This was. I'm impressed. Like you go. I can't. I have no words.
I definitely wasn't expecting this either, and I honestly believe that the only reason why it was as good as it was is because of people's reactions to SmackDown. I really think that that's the only reason. I think if that isn't what happened, then we would have had a much different press
Agreed.
conference. That's in my opinion. I think that I don't know what the conspiracy theories are. I don't know why The Rock was infused in this. I don't know if the original plan really was supposed to be Roman Rock and they just didn't expect people to have, a conniption over the fact that Cody wasn't going to be in it. I don't know. But just based on the fact that they're going full into heel Rock, I don't care what anyone says. People are like, this is just The Rock. That's not The Rock. That's
No,
Hollywood Rock.
that's
Not,
Hollywood Rock.
that's
03 edit.
Hollywood Rock. They're going full blown heel Rock, having him then side with Roman, which I thought was weird. That was weird. Because
very weird. Did not expect that.
He's been dropping hints about, wanting to face off with Roman and be the head of the table, blah, blah, blah. And so this is why I'm saying even more. That then doesn't make sense. So because they had to go with heel Rock, they're like, okay, because this is my theory now. I have a new theory. So, or a couple. So we're going to either see maybe Rock and Roman don't face off. If that's the thing, they don't face off, right? Because now they're buddies. Hey, we're cousins, like whatever, right? My guess is the way they can spin this to get people to love The Rock again. Rock is going to be all buddy with Roman. You're my guy. You're my family. I'm going to be there in your corner, blah, blah, blah. He turns on Roman. He makes sure that Roman loses at Mania against Cody. That's when everybody's like, oh my God, yay, we love Rock, right? That's my belief. So we'll either get that because I don't know, they didn't make anything official. They didn't say anything about
nothing was official.
Nothing's official. Although Cole was saying it's official. It's Cody versus Roman. I'm like, it's not official. You guys haven't even dropped a graphic yet. Like, it's not.
I love it. There's no graphic. How do we know?
There's no graphic. I don't believe it until there's a graphic. So, but then we could also see, if Rock really wants this match, I could still see it being, Rock Roman night 1, Cody Roman night 2, or if they're really going to try and throw a wrench in it, which I don't really know if I would expect that from Nick Aldis or Adam Pearce, they could say, okay, Cody, you have to fight Rock night 1. Whoever wins faces Roman night 2. So that way Cody beats The Rock and beats Roman, which is pretty historic, right? And that gets Roman to fight once. That gets Cody to fight twice, which seems more likely in my book.
Oh, agreed. And then I just thought of this would be incredible ending. Cody Roman, Rock comes down where you think he's going to help Roman. Boom, helps Cody instead. There's your setup for 41. So it all comes full circle.
That's what yes, exactly. That's the whole thing, right? Is like our lasting image of WrestleMania 40 is The Rock holding up Cody's arm, right? That's the easiest way for me to be like, that's a lasting image, right? And maybe even have similar to like what they had with Cody last year, right? That image of Cody in the ring, so upset that he lost.
Oh, yeah, the Cena moment.
Yes, so this could be that iconic image, right? And what I would love even more is if Rock doesn't actually put his hands on Roman. It's Solo and Jimmy and whoever else of the bloodline comes out to try and help. He takes them out. That's what I would like, because then no one can say anything. No one could put an asterisk next to Cody's
Yeah,
win.
you're big on that.
Yes, I don't. Yes,
You're
that is
big on it.
yes,
You're
yes.
that's your
So
thing.
if he takes out Solo, if he takes out Jimmy, if he takes out Jacob Fatu, if Jacob shows up, like that would be pretty cool in my book, because then no one could, like I said, no one could say anything, and it would make sense because it's the exact same way that Cody lost last year. So, and again, you would think that maybe like The Rock is coming out, like you said, they think that he's going to come out and help Roman, but no, he's doing the opposite, and he flips the switch, and then everybody loves The Rock again, right? That's
Yeah,
my.
that I'm just processing everything here because it's
I
not
know.
only this, it like I did not expect. I mean, I did say I teased it in the
Oh wait,
first part
it's
of our
official. It's official.
what?
Triple H just posted it with the graphic. It's official. Oh my god, I feel like I could cry.
Wait,
Oh man. Cody versus Roman is happening at WrestleMania. He just tweeted it. He said, decision made. Cody Rhodes gets the chance to finish the story when he challenges Roman Reigns in the main event at WrestleMania. He just posted it.
I see it.
Anyway, I'm not going to get upset or emotional, but I could, because that's how much I've been wanting to see this. Now, I can only hope that this finishes the way we want it to finish.
Decision made.
Mhm.
So, see, now I have even more questions.
Like what?
Like,
Well,
where? All right, so what the hell is The Rock doing now?
well, this is what I mean. So this is the something that you were telling me that I was going to have to be okay with. You might just have to be okay with it not making sense. Because
I'm the
again,
captain
this
of all
was
things
not planned.
nonsensical.
This was not planned. They literally had to go with this over the last week. Like, you have to remember, it was not even a week ago that The Rock came out and then everyone was freaking out. It's not even been a week. So to
That's
me,
incredible.
this is
It hasn't
all
even been
just
a
thrown
week.
together to try and like save Mania, basically, because they knew, based off of years of CM Punk chants, the whole
They're
yes
not doing it
movement,
again. They're not doing. They've seen this before.
yeah, they're like, we ain't doing this shit again. We're not. So they wanted to get ahead of it. And this, I think, was the best way to go about it. Although I don't love how it ended with Rock bitch slapping Cody and then just like walking
No, I
away.
love that. No,
I
I
no, but
love
what I mean is it just ended kind of awkwardly, is all I mean. But
the person
like I said, I wasn't gonna try to be too picky about how everything was done, because as long as they got to this point where Cody did get his match at Mania, I don't care if all the details didn't make sense, because this was the right decision. So at least we know that. I do think that, yeah, there's gonna need to be some sort of explanation or something just about like, why did Cody decide I'm going to forfeit my match? And then The Rock is there. And then less than a week later, oh no, it's Cody's decision. And now Cody's choosing Roman. And now The Rock is here. And it's like, what's he doing? Like, that is confusing. But maybe, again, you're just going to have to sit in it and just like be like, I'm fine with not understanding this.
It's
Like,
the best part of wrestling. Sometimes you just
yeah,
don't have to understand it. So
it
what?
might, that might be it. I don't know.
So what do we like? The so Cody coming out and just like, this is bullshit. Like,
I
I
loved
want to
that.
know. That was incredible. I love how we didn't get his music. I would.
Yeah. I think it's so funny. We're standing there and I hear it, right? I just hear him like,
Yeah.
hold on. And he says whatever. And my sister's like, who is that? I'm like, it's Cody. I'm like, how do you not know Cody's
I knew
voice?
his voice right away.
I know. I
I
was like,
just
it's Cody.
like I love how he came, like, it wasn't like an entrance like he usually
Yeah.
does. This was Cody fed up. Like, he was
Yeah.
like, "All right, I'm done." And there's probably going to be a reason why he forfeited, and like conversations with The Rock. And like, that's gonna be ironed out on this show, the one we had on Monday. All that's gonna transpire. I want to know what got him to like just be like, this is bullshit, and just go all and like that is the story that I want to know now.
Okay, well, he said they had multiple conversations,
This is what
right?
yeah.
So, but see, according to my plan,
According to me,
The Rock has come out and said that he supports Cody, blah, 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 blah. Those conversations were them working out a plan to make sure Roman is dethroned. All of this is an act by The Rock and Cody. They don't really have beef. They're not really, jabbing at each other. It's all an act to try and manipulate Roman into thinking he's got like the ultimate bloodline member in his corner for WrestleMania and going against the guy that was literally this close to beating him. Basically the closest that they've had anyone come to winning. So now he's going to be like, "Oh, okay, I'm safe. I'm cool. I got The Rock in my corner," when the whole time Cody knows Rock is actually in his corner. It's just going to be a matter of when does he reveal that during the match.
Now, I want to get to this.
Okay.
Because this feels like it needs to happen at Elimination Chamber.
That would be kind of sick because then people get The Rock, right, in a match. It's not the expected match, but I still think that it's going to end up being
He'll play to 41.
Rock Roman at 41. I think that's a good that makes more sense because we were just talking about how it made no sense that Australia would dish out a ton of money to get a pay-per-view and that they're not going to get The Rock and they're not going to get Roman. That would get them both.
And they're not going to get another champion in Seth. You wouldn't have your 2 world champions for men's. And
that seems like the happy medium here that I think makes sense. And then they can have a world heavyweight elimination chamber match, which they're gonna have to figure that out. Like
they're gonna
ASAP.
have it anyway. Oh, true.
Because
like
elimination chamber is 2 weeks away.
That's crazy.
So they'll have to figure that out. But I think that's a good way to get all of their top guys on elimination chamber, adding, and then they're going. It's like the best way to continue like proving that The Rock is Hollywood Rock, because if we don't really see him much between now and Mania, it's not really gonna like hit you like, like this is a solid way for him to continue that and get more heat.
Yeah, I mean, and who faces Seth now? Nathaniel.
Oh wait, Seth's not clear. Seth's not cleared.
Do you want to be cleared in 2 weeks?
I don't know. I don't think so. So that might not be able to happen.
I did read in a Snapchat group that I'm in with some fellow wrestling peeps.
Oh wait. So he might.
That's 2 or 3 weeks away. Is Elimination Chamber.
And a tag match is better because he doesn't have to do too much.
He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
and Cody's gonna want to be the poof and the punching bag a little bit. And who faces Seth at Mania? It's Drew McIntyre.
I think it's gonna be Drew and Sammy.
Fine.
I want it to be 1-on-1. I just don't know if it's going to be because of that Sammy promo, that Sammy interview that we got on Raw. I don't think they're going to leave him out to dry. And then, of course, if Drew wins, which I think is the right decision, he can feud with Sammy. Sammy can be his first person to feud with, Or I guess if Sammy won, then Drew could be, but I still don't see why Drew would then get another title shot. But
no, he wouldn't. He wouldn't get another title shot after that.
Oh my gosh! If it's like I did it for Cody Rhodes, I did it for Cody. Instead of I did it for The Rock, I did it for Cody.
I did it for Cody.
Yeah. Yep. Can we get that?
That's the audio we need.
Yep.
All right. If we're not going to get Solo saying that he did it for The Rock, which still we could, there's a chance, and that would be that would make like my inner child just fill up with so much joy if we get Rikishi's son to say that he did it for The Rock.
Yeah. in like in the same way too.
I'm trying to see if there's any more. See, yeah,
What?
yeah, like that's what we need. McIntyre versus
No,
Seth with a cat.
no,
Yes.
we don't
No,
want a
I
cash in.
never said successfully.
Okay, well
I
that's
don't
I
care
always
if it's
assume it's
successful.
successful.
If he gets it, if he fails, okay, fine. Then Drew gets his moment. But if Drew gets his moment taken from him by Damian Pierce, who Mommy and Dom and whatever bloodline or not bloodline Judgment Day have been saying that he's off limits to, and he steals Damian Priest steals like his title from him. I don't know. You
Mhm.
get another thing there. We have unbelievable feuds going on. I'm just a man who dreams,
Um,
though.
I'm also confused. Jay is saying Mania 41's in Australia. I don't think it's in Australia.
Not a
I don't think
chance. If anything, it'd be in London.
they've not announced where
They
Mania
haven't, but
41 is. I assumed it was going to be in Vegas, given their
well,
location.
that's
But
another thing I was gonna bring up. We can kind of sidebar from our hype talk was that they didn't do, that type of thing. It was like it felt like a wrestling show, like a WWE type of press conference with no tables, no chairs, no like media members. Like it was a
it was like
show.
you. It was like UFC.
Yeah,
You
but even then it was like UFC. I'll give you you're not wrong. But even UFC still has the tables and chairs and
Yeah.
like it I actually thought there was gonna be actual fisticuffs. I'm
I
at one point.
actually really enjoyed CM Punk's commentary. Is that surprising?
Okay, only because like you're not the CM Punk fan, so I'm kind of just shocked to hear you say that, but not shocking because of what he said and how you would agree with it. If that makes sense.
I was just loving his like, why would you not punch someone in the face or whatever? Like, you know, if someone smacked me, I'm gonna smack, I'm gonna take them out.
That went right over my head. Call
What
back
with
to
oh, yeah.
when Brawl for All or
Yeah.
that's not nope, that's the WWE flop. Uh All Out, the All Out Brawl. Yes, wow, that went over my head. Good shit. Good shit. Nice.
Someone is I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. People making
What are
it's
we
so no, it's just another person just making like rooting for Cody wanting to finish his story into a race thing. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, we can't be doing that. We can't.
He shouldn't
Bernard
be
tagged us in the
just like, what are we doing? What are
Oh,
what are we
that's
doing?
just ignorance at its finest. You can't
Like, are you
even
kidding me, dude?
I don't even entertain it. I don't entertain things like
I
that.
everything in me to not respond and be like, "Are you fucking joking? Are you joking right now? This is so lame. It's such a lame thing, dude."
Cody and Jay would be
Oh,
absolutely electric. I'm kinda here for that.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad idea either because Cody brought up Jay.
What about Jay?
Yeah. That would work. Get Seth out too, if he's not like completely ready yet,
Yeah.
you know.
I wanna
Um
bring I wanted before I do wanna bring up the bloodline tree though. Um, say we want like The Rock did say something that was very factual, is that what I'm gonna show you, you don't have to like it, you don't have to love it, but you damn well gotta respect it. The man was 100% right. The
mhm.
lineage there is absolutely insane. And the fact that they included Jacob for two.
Yep.
Hey, like, say we want like that's why I think I love wrestling so much is because there's so much family history and background to it that there's just really a handful of families that make up the wrestling industry. And just because the bloodline have the biggest and I would say the most astounding, just with names and connections, whatnot. You can't forget families like the Rhodes families because they paved the way in another way. And now you have family going after family, which is something I don't really think has been done properly in this age of the family versus family has not been done properly,
Mhm.
and we have a chance to do it in a very good era of professional wrestling.
Well, according to Twitter, another tweet out there is like people saying that the Rhodes family is not iconic and that they're not even equal to the Hearts.
Okay, they're equal to the Hearts, but in a different way.
But it's like, come
Let's not be
on,
silly
guys. Like,
here.
this is becoming way too ridiculous. Like, the reason why
Absurd.
most people wanted
Absurd.
Cody versus Roman is because there were 2 years of storyline that was leading us to this point.
Mhm.
That is why
Mhm.
people were pissed that The Rock then took his happy ass and decided he was going to be in it instead. That is why people are mad. It's like, I don't understand why we're making this into this like personal issue and then like attacking people. Like, it's not that deep, dude. It's fucking wrestling. Like, it's like we don't need to
No.
be going after Cody and disparaging his family, disparaging his dad, because when you can't get heat, you brought up his dad, Rock and Roman, because you both did that because you couldn't get any reaction tonight. And now we're going to go after him personally too, and the people who support him, all because you're pissed. Like, but you were just ragging on Cody fans all week for being crybabies. Now your guys are crying. You guys are crying because it looks like you're not going to be getting your match. It's like, wow,
Beautiful.
okay.
It's so beautiful. It's like watching it's like watching one of those, like, just art at its finest. I don't know. Yeah, it's incredible. And that was just one part of the kickoff show. Because we did have Mommy and Becky,
Mhm.
if you want to talk about that, which that was kind of nice that they teased that a little bit, giving us a little WrestleMania preview with their match.
I really liked their moment as well. I think that basically just confirmed that that is going to be the WrestleMania match, which I am very here for. And I mean, I get it. It's not exactly um fun for us to have that already known, I guess, when there's still, matches left to happen to determine who else is going to be in the elimination chamber, but um I think it's what people want to see anyway.
Yeah, it
So,
is,
and as Becky said, they haven't even had a match yet. And why not
which
have
is
the man
crazy.
versus mommy?
I never knew that they didn't.
And that's like
eh, What?
that they didn't face each other.
Yeah, I never knew that.
I didn't either. Um,
Uh,
but I feel like it also puts fans in a prickly spot because they were going ham for mommy until Becky came out. So,
oh, they were simping hard. When Becky said, "Mommy better get ready to be on bottom," I think that
mhm,
is exactly what she said, Marcus,
mhm.
which goddamn had the entire wrestling community in tears. That was a great line. That's why
Yeah,
she's the man.
and
That's
it
why she's
didn't
the man.
sound rehearsed either, which I think
No,
is
I will
important when
say
you
it did
drop a
not.
line like that.
Oh yeah, no, that was not. That was right off the cuff.
Mhm.
Absolutely love that. It just
Queen.
this match feels big, and I like how they uh semi, quasi promoted it with this and teasing the Elimination Chamber too, which you have Bianca Belair squaring off against Michin in a qualifying match tomorrow night.
Yeah.
And that's kind of getting to my point about Bianca, how she came out and declared an undefeated streak. Like, to me, this was the only kind of out of place segment just because, like, she came out and did her thing to promote the show. I get that. I get all of it, but it doesn't give me an inkling what she's up to for Mania, except which I think I have an idea what you know. Yes.
Um, I was really hoping that we were gonna have Jade Cargill come out. That's what
Yeah,
I
that's
wanted.
what
I really wanted to see that, and the only reason is because Jade still hasn't signed a contract, which I think that I've said it for I don't know how long I've said it, that I wanted her to remain a free agent so she could go from roster to roster because I feel like of all of the people who could do that, she's the perfect one. Because then that would allow us to get her versus Bianca because realistically she should sign to Raw because the Raw women's roster needs help. SmackDown just got Naomi, Tiffany Stratton, Elektra Lopez. Like, they don't need Jade. So
No, they don't.
I think she should go to Raw, but I would love to see her versus Bianca, and I think that Bianca's due for a loss at Mania. No disrespect. She was just talking about how she's been a three-peat at Mania. And she can handle a loss. And I feel like that would be a pretty cool debut for Jade, and a really good way to solidify her as like a top girl in the company, if that's what they want, by having her beat a three-peat winner at Mania, you know?
Shout out to Nisha. What's up, girl?
Hey,
Thank
what's
you.
up? What did you
Thank
think
you.
of the presser? Because we kind of already talked about it.
We
But
talked about it, but
yeah.
we're kind of just crossing our
Yeah.
T's, dotting our I's. Yeah, that's right.
Uh
Yeah. Yeah, good job.
yeah. I think this made me feel a little bit better because, you know,
You were
now that
not
it seems
happy.
official, at least I'm getting Cody versus Roman. I still am going to have to worry about what the end game is because I think Roman needs to lose at this point. And so that's going to have me on the edge of my seat uh the entire time that we're there, because if I see Cody lose again, I will lose my mind. I will lose my mind if Cody
Yeah.
wins, and I
I
will
don't
lose my mind if Cody loses. So,
I need the first one where he wins because I
yeah.
can't I don't want to be around you if
No.
Cody.
Yeah, especially
I
with
mean
Raw
that
the
in the
next
most
day.
respectful way. Yeah, I mean that in the most respectful way, Sarah.
It's
I just don't
okay.
want to be around you. You know,
I
you
wouldn't
probably
wanna be
understand.
around me either if I could
Okay,
take my
good.
brain out and just
Yeah.
be left by myself, you know?
Mhm.
It's fine, it's fine.
Yeah. I
The
just
biggest thing is, I will say this, when I get upset about wrestling stuff, 'cause the one thing that I can remember where I was, like, so upset that you couldn't, like, you were like, "I wish I wasn't here with you," was when I was at Raw and Cena threw me the shirt and I didn't catch it because the people behind me
Oh,
grabbed it
you're
from me.
right. Yeah.
My friend was a little annoyed with because I was, like, not paying attention to the show, but this is the thing, I get quiet. I'm not annoying, I'm not, like, crying and, like, complaining,
No, that's even
I get
scarier than
silent. I just
see,
get silent.
that's scary.
But that's,
That's
like, because I'm just, like, it's like I'm just soaking in my misery, you
yeah,
know what I
you
mean?
all the emotion
Yeah,
getting
but I feel
after,
like
like
that's better than throwing a fit or something, you know?
it is in the moment, but that's you're like a bottle. You're like a soda bottle, and someone keeps dropping it on the ground just a few too many times, and then they try to make that comment to just like open it up, boom, fizz everywhere. That's you, and we don't
I would
need that.
probably do that when I got back to my hotel, and I would probably
That's what I mean.
call my sister. But that's better than me taking it out on you. I'll just
You
bitch about it to my
poor,
sister.
poor sister.
And just be like, "Can you believe this?
She,
Why would
she's
they
just
do this to me?"
she's just enjoying her day. So I was on, hey Sarah, what's going on? Can you believe this? And it's
Yeah,
just like
she's trying to put my nephew to sleep, and I'm, like, screaming at her about Cody, you know? She'd be like, and then we
trying to
couldn't
deal
tell
with
my nephew.
life here.
Yeah, well, and we couldn't
Can
tell my nephew because he loves Cody, so we can't tell him that he
oh, and
lost.
that would just no, but then yeah, then you're screwed
Yeah,
because then you
no.
can't put him to bed, and we that's a
'Cause,
nuisance
like,
from
almost all
experience.
of his favorites are my favorites, so
I'm shocked.
I know. He likes heels. He likes the heels
Is
too. Yeah.
see, my nephew likes AJ Styles and Samoa Joe because he's how their figures, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, those guys are awesome." I gotta ask my
He
nephew what's his favorite. He likes Jake the Snake, but that's because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
watching old stuff. Um,
Nathaniel says, "Guys, what if Rock cost Cody?" I don't
oh
think
my
it'll be I think it's the opposite.
let's
I think it's the
yeah,
opposite.
let's not. Yeah, that even that The Rock is even like that doesn't make sense. Like,
Yeah. That would be so messed up. Marcus says it's time to end this great reign because we are not going to see another one like this or anyone else hold a title for 4 years. Again, Roman doesn't need to pass Hogan. He's good. He already had top 5 or 4. Exactly. And like I said, I've been saying this to people who are like, he needs to pass Hogan. He needs to pass Hogan. Hogan is not a guy that needs to be passed. He is not a guy that
no.
WWE is actively looking to erase from the history books. That's not a thing. They just had him promoting the Royal Rumble. So if the situation were different, then I would be like, okay, you know, maybe they're going to try and erase him because of this, and that. Hogan's come back and come back and come back and
Yeah.
come back.
He
At this point,
keeps saying it, yeah.
he's literally immortal, as he says, you know.
I mean, he's
So
literally the immortal Hulk Hogan. That's
yeah,
part
so
of his name.
I don't see that necessarily being a priority, and I really feel like they already talk about Roman and how long he's been the champion and it's of the modern era and blah blah blah. It's like, do you really need to be able to then also say, and he passed Hulk Hogan? Like, no one's gonna be saying that if he
No
didn't.
one cares.
No, well,
No one
because
cares.
whenever his reign ends, no one's gonna be saying he passed Hulk Hogan. It's just gonna be like he's the longest reigning champion ever or whatever.
Oh,
No one's
yeah.
gonna be saying the Hogan part. And I really think that they need to think about like the state of their company and how it's probably not good for business to keep Roman as champion for longer than Mania. Because this was also something that they had talked about when Triple H took over, that the Roman story was already what, 2 years in or more?
Yeah, it was yeah.
And so it's like he was handed a sticky situation that they were already so far in that he couldn't just decide it was over then. But 2 years later, yeah, he can. So, I feel like it's the only thing that makes sense, honestly. Like, I understand that people don't want Roman's reign to end, but I also feel like who's better to end it, guys? Give me somebody, because if he beats Cody again, who the hell is left?
Who
Other than him fighting his own family. And I'm sorry, we're way past the point
are
of
way past it. We're
Jay beating it.
way past Jay. It's way
And
past Jay.
they've not done anything enough to elevate Solo, because that was my theory. You know, I always
It's a
was
good
like, it's going to be
theory.
Solo, because that was looking like the direction they were going in. And then it looks like they kind of backed off that.
Mhm.
Um,
No, they
and I
did
feel
hard.
like of the people who are there, there's no one like, it's like the same argument that we have with Gunther. Like, who dethrones him? It's like there's nobody there
There's
at
no
this
one
point.
left. Like,
It's like,
who's there?
and that's why I was saying it would make sense if it was Ilya Dragunov. Or
With
like, I don't know, I guess not Okada, because someone mentioned Gunther versus
yo, if
Okada.
yeah, that would be imagine that happens at Mania. Like there
I
is no one else for me to compete with. Who is going to challenge my title? I don't know what accent this was, but
I don't know. That was a kind of a it was a combo.
that was a combo of a lot of different regions. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
It could be the
So
biggest WrestleMania ever. It could be.
I think that they need to do it. I know that they say that every single year, but this is like a decade one. You know, it's 40. Um and they have the potential to make this the best Mania of the next 5-10 years potentially. And I feel like, you know, The Rock being involved in some way isn't a bad idea, as long as he's not taking the place of someone who deserves it, because that's just not it ain't it. It ain't it, you know?
It ain't it.
Yeah.
But boy,
So
aren't you excited for SmackDown tomorrow night?
I am, but I always hate that everything is spoiled for me. I mean, I guess I could try and stay off Twitter, but it's like it's hard, you
What you
know?
should do is for the 2 hours, if you can, find something that keeps you off spoilers. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
off the internet, but like, because you can be on the internet and not look at spoilers. But like, look at something that just keeps your attention for 2 hours. I've had
Yeah.
to train my mind to do that for certain like pay-per-views I missed, because I went
Mhm.
out or had to work or something. Like when perfect example, when the pay-per-views were Saudi, I think the one was like a 1 p.m. start
Oh,
time,
yeah.
whatever it
Yeah.
was. Like I'm at work.
Yeah.
So easy. I'm not gonna look at my phone anyways. And if I am, it's because either a chef's calling me or a work an employee, whatever.
Mhm.
So that's easy. And then when I get home, you just away, like just throwing a show. You gotta write, you gotta write. I don't know. I'm not it's just more suggestions because I empathize with you, and it is the worst feeling to have spoilers, especially with something like for Survivor Series. You only told me the one thing, or I told you what I wanted spoiled to me, and you and I, when we watch pay-per-views, you say, like, "Hey, let's no spoilers. Like, I'm ahead of you tonight, whatever." To
Mm-hmm.
find stuff like that, it helps immensely.
Yeah.
Well,
I wanted to get your thoughts on this because I just saw someone mentioning it.
oh,
Um,
okay.
uh, what do you think about the dynamic between The Rock and Roman? Because my interpretation of it was the Roman looked kind of like a little bitch. Like he just like immediately gave up his power to Rock. Like The Rock took over that and dominated it, even especially in that backstage segment with Triple H. You got Rock being mouthy, dropping F bombs, and Roman's just kind of standing there like he's a part of the bloodline, like he's Jimmy in the back, like that. I feel like is a pretty big
It's
deal because you're fighting to be the head of the table, brother. You just gave that up. You just gave that up.
you did. It just it it showed the dynamic right away,
Mm-hmm.
which that caused a lot of questions. And it's like,
Yeah.
why? And why is The Rock stepping in? You're just like, whatever. And I think it's because Roman is just he doesn't want let it take it. He's either being smart and coy and being like, yeah, it's your problem, whatever. And then when Cody beats you, whatever, or it's Roman being like, nah, like I want to face Rock at Mania because it's the bloodline and whatnot, and not because I know I can beat him.
Yeah.
He knows how big his spotlight is. He knows even more so how big the Rock spotlight is. That's what he's trying to get at. And that's why he picked him instead of Cody, because Cody almost beat him.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
He's
because
saying the same.
we could see the repeat of The Rock just laying in the middle of the ring and letting Roman pin him 1, 2, 3.
That would be.
But I just thought this was an interesting aspect because Roman's all about like puffing out his chest and being like, I'm the head of the table, I'm the tribal chief. Like you listen to me, I'm the boss. And the second Rock comes out and is doing the same thing, he's like, okay. Okay.
Who's the real
Okay, Rock.
tribal chief?
Okay, Rock. Like okay.
That's my tribal chief.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting because I also think it's interesting when Roman like tries to like look down on Seth when they're eye to eye. I'm like, why are
It's
you trying to
yeah.
like look down on him? Like he's the same height as you, bro. Like he's like,
They
and I'm
literally are like uh like brothers at the end of it, but like hating on each other brothers. I don't know. It's such a weird dynamic, but it's one of my favorites.
I completely understand Seth though. I feel like some of the things that Seth says is 100% true. It's like how he actually feels because I think people don't remember the Shield days. I love to remind y'all that Roman was the weakest link in the Shield. That's why he never spoke. That's why no one ever talks about him being a great wrestler because he wasn't. Still really not that great either. Still not a great talker either. Um, and Seth came out as like the guy from the Shield. And it was like everything was ready for him to be the star. He got that treatment, hence why he's the one who turned on the Shield and then was like buddy buddy with Triple H and that whole thing. So I feel like in a way they all knew what was up and that it was going to be Seth. Like Seth was being groomed as the guy, and then Vince McMahon was like, "You don't got the look. I want to go with the big Samoan guy because he's a giant man and he's got that look and like he's more marketable or whatever he wanted." And so
Whatever
Seth
buzzword
got
you want
put
to
on the
say.
back burner despite being better on the mic, being better in the ring, like just being better at virtually everything than Roman. And it was all just because Vince liked Roman. Like, I feel like I don't blame him for that one bit. He put all the work in to be the face of the company, and they just decided, nope, it's Roman. I mean, we were just talking about this too. It's like Roman's not the guy. It's Seth. Seth's the guy.
Yeah.
This era's like John Cena, Randy Orton, like
It's Seth.
flagship guy. That's Seth. It's not Roman. They want you to believe it's Roman. It's not. It's not Roman. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
That's a good way to.
Don't send me hate comments. Okay.
You can send them to me. I'll take
Send
the
them to
hate.
Pat. I care. I don't like it when
I
people
don't. I don't. Send me the hate comments. I'll feud and go into full into Captain Nonsense character. I don't care. I just
Oh, see,
I'll take the heat.
I agree. Seth Rollins is the guy and the man. That is true. Jay says that he thought the best person from the Shield was the guy that left. I don't agree based on
Oh,
who we saw
that's a
in
good point.
WWE. Who we saw in WWE. I'm also just not a fan
Mm.
of Moxley. He's just not
Oh, I
my
love
type of
Mox.
guy at all. I'm not hating on him. I'm just
No,
saying
you're
like
not.
he had to go somewhere else to be the version that he is. So like I feel like it's kind of difficult to say, but we knew that Ambrose was never going to be the guy in WWE.
No,
You knew he would never be
no,
the
he's
guy.
John Moxley. He's not
Yes.
a WWE guy.
Yeah.
Like he's just not. Like, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible.
Right. Well,
Because you see what he's doing in AEW
appreciate
and
that.
whatnot.
He would
Yeah,
appreciate you saying that.
like
Jay's
he's
asked us a
Blackpool
couple times,
Combat
so I
Club
want
to
to
a T.
yeah. Jay's asked a couple times, so I want to make sure we get to it. He says, how long is Bayley going to have the title before Dakota challenges her for it? I don't know, because she also was just geared up and doing stuff, promos for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So we might see her in Bayley's corner, which would be nice if she had one friend, and then maybe we do get it. I feel like Bayley has to have the title for a while. She's not going to lose for a
No.
while. You can't take it off of Io, who has had it for a long time as well.
Yeah,
And
no.
then have Bayley finally like beat her bullies and then lose it after like a month. She has to have it for like 6 months or more.
Yeah, she needs to have a lengthy run with it. She deserves it. We need a face championship run with her.
My nephew likes Stardust more than the American Nightmare.
Whoa.
I understand though, because Stardust looks more like a superhero or a supervillain. You know?
Stardust.
I don't know if that Cody would agree. Stardust blocked me on Twitter, guys.
What a rude.
Stardust blocked me on Twitter. I know. It was very sad, actually. It made me very upset. And it was all because he was at a point, and this must have been because he was pissed off. I don't know. He was blocking everybody who said that Cody Rhodes was Stardust.
So. I mean, he's just trying to save face. Yeah, he's just trying to save face.
I guess.
Look at Dakota backstab history. But like in which direction is she going though? She has different ways she can backstab.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate her coming back and like being with Damage Control and then turning on them at Mania to help Bayley. I would not be mad about that. I think that would be a great way. But it also depends, like, what version of Dakota Kai do you like? Do you like her being a heel bad girl, or do you want her to keep being a good, baby face? I think most people would say they want her to be a heel, but I don't know. I guess that's dependent on who you ask, but
Seth Rollins about a heel than Roman, who agreed Seth baby.
Seth's babyface run right now is boring.
Stale.
You also need to remember the big dog. That was Roman Reigns as a babyface.
It was. Damn it, it was.
And if you really, and I agree, Seth Rollins is a way better heel, but that's because he's just better at everything.
Seth Rollins is better.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Roman, but like Roman is good in his present role, but he's like not that great. Like the line that he said to Seth about Seth's shoes, dude has been sitting on that because he responded to Seth's tweet where Seth
with the laugh emoji.
With the laughing emoji. And then that's the first thing he says to dude when he gets on stage with him. That is like the dad that's like, oh, I just came up with a funny joke and like sits on it for the right opportunity. Like it's so corny. And it's just Roman's just not naturally good at talking. And like I said, he's gotten better when he was speaking to like his family, like the bloodline communication has been fine, but when he has to cut a promo or something, it's more cringy than not. So I agree. I do believe Seth is better. Seth's a good babyface too. It's just like they have nothing for him right now. So it's like,
what else is he gonna do? He's just got to be the face of the baby face of the company.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't
I don't
know
know if
if
there's
there's
any more comments at all that we haven't got to.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
wait, what's this one? Do you think it is the way they make Roman turn face and they do face Roman versus heel Rock? Maybe next year, but
yeah,
I still just don't know if we're gonna get heel Rock for that
no.
long. I still feel like it's my plan, my idea, my theory.
Way.
Yep.
My
Just
way or
because
the
I'm
highway.
telling you, WWE does not want heel Rock. I really don't believe that they want heel Rock. I don't believe it.
This
They will
isn't
until Mania. But after that, I think it's also Rock doesn't want to be heel Rock right now. It goes
no.
against everything that he's trying to
He's
do with
pissed.
his life, like being an actor, being a charity man, like doing all these great things for fans and stuff. Like he can't really do that when he's like, "Don't ever talk about my effing family," blah 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 blah. Like, he can't be dropping f bombs at a press conference and then going and like, "I stood outside with fans for an hour and signed autographs." Like that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it makes no sense now, and it's just so many thoughts are flooding because this is just absolutely insane. It's absolutely
yeah.
insane what we witnessed.
Well, and we'll
So
be able to oh, Austin says they went with the work. Yes, they did. That's what we said at the beginning. They had to go into what everyone was saying. And like I said, you can't tell me that that's not what happened when Seth was dropping. You think you can sit on the board and do whatever you want? That's what fans were saying, guys.
yeah,
They
they're just
never
damn you.
say that unless they saw it on Twitter. So, but anyway, we'll definitely talk about this more on Saturday because you're available, right? For Saturday?
Breaking news: I am available this Saturday.
Okay. So when we
Yeah.
do the SmackDown breakdown on Saturday at our normal time, we'll surely have more to talk about, whether more about this comes out or whatever happens on SmackDown because Cody is supposed to be there. I assume Rock won't be there, but I don't know.
If The Rock shows up, I'd be stunned. I'd be
Yeah, I
absolutely
don't
stunned.
we need Roman there, but The Rock, I mean, it's whatever. I mean, they could even do a
I don't
pre-taped thing and
care.
pretend he's there. I don't care.
Yeah, me
But
either.
Cody is supposed to be there. So obviously we'll have more to talk about. Um, and we'll have time to have processed this as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, whoa, Sarah, we have also breaking news.
oh,
Cortez Muerto is also available on
thank
Saturday. Oh
awesome.
my
Then
god,
hopefully you will join us.
that's incredible. I hope
Um,
you are available with us.
Marcus said, people said Roman was supposed to lose the title to Brock at day one before Brock beat Big E and Seth.
Yes,
Who else I forgot in
yes,
that fatal four-way match? They said backstage Roman was not supposed to win.
yes. It is the snowball. Yes, there's a
Is
video out.
That's
I
crazy.
I think
When
I wait.
last year?
The day one before Cody Rhodes even
Oh.
came. I
Mm.
will because you brought up. I'm gonna find it. And I'm gonna send it to you. I watch it. My buddy who I go to the Limitless these shows with sent it to me, and it is probably one of the biggest butterfly effects in wrestling history, hands down.
This
Just
is
because all
also
because Brock Lesnar got COVID. That
yeah,
is
that's
the basis of all of this.
that's what Marcus just said. Damon says Cody just found one weak spot in The Rock and that talking about his family and watch him lose his shit. The irony of this, right, is don't ever talk about my family. Meanwhile, he just put up the entire family tree and said that their family is the only royal family in WWE, and
Yeah.
yet which was a complete hit at Cody. And then Cody comes out and says something after Roman then says you're irrelevant just like your
Mhm.
dad. And then it's like,
Mhm.
oh nope, no. We can talk about your family, but you can't talk about mine. It's like, come on, guys, get some better material. Get better material. And again, stop. This is the other thing. Stop bringing up Dusty. Stop and not even just stop bringing him up. Stop insulting him. You know what I mean? Like you're doing it for cheap heat. It's just like it's not cute anymore because it's like the guy is gone, dude. Like
It's
just like
also
leave
just
him alone.
it's overused.
That's what I
I
mean.
I
It's
would
like
like another sort of comeback.
yeah.
More
Say
creative.
something about Cody leaving because he sucked so bad. You know what I mean? Like, say
Yeah,
something
what are we
about why
doing?
he left WWE or that he got kicked out of his old company or something. You know, say something about that.
Stardust would be a better if they
Yes,
mentioned Stardust, that'd be a way better nod to
exactly. There's
Cody.
other ways without having to bring up a legend who has passed away that everyone loved and is like a sore spot for Cody because that was his dad. You know what I mean? Like, you can, if that's what all you're gonna do to keep just getting some booze, then you're definitely not doing it right, because like you should be able to say other things that get you booed without having it to be a cheap shot. But
Exactly.
but anyway, yes, we will be back on Saturday. I don't think I have made the show yet, the
Have
stream, so
not.
I will do that, but we will be back on Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern to talk about SmackDown, and then of course whatever else happens between now and then. So, appreciate you guys
Appreciate
joining
you
us today
guys.
multiple times. I mean, we've gotten a very consistently good audience today, so
Great audience.
appreciate it.
Great audience.
Appreciate it.
We thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, bell notification, social media links to follow us in the description below. And we'll be back on Saturday to talk about the shenanigans that happened on SmackDown. Hope to see you there. God bless. And remember that you can do it. All you got to do is try. Go finish your story, okay? Go finish your story out there. Yeah.